From being one of the most controversial figures in the royal narrative to becoming the Queen of the United Kingdom, Camilla's journey has been nothing short of extraordinary. Yet, a recent poll revealed that only 14% of Britons support her being called Queen, a sentiment that underscores the lingering public resistance toward her position. The British royal family, long associated with rivalries and simmering tensions beneath its gilded surface, is no stranger to internal feuds. One such rarely addressed yet intriguing conflict is the rumored animosity between Princess Anne, known for her steadfast loyalty and unflinching devotion to tradition, and Queen Camilla, whose unconventional path into the monarchy has often raised eyebrows. Many believe Anne's disdain for Camilla stems from a past that casts a long shadow over the royal family, particularly Camilla's widely publicized affair with King Charles during his marriage to Princess Diana. For Anne, whose loyalty to family and tradition is unwavering, this interference in the sanctity of royal marriage was unforgivable. This raises an important question: why does Anne, a figure deeply rooted in duty, reportedly harbor such contempt for Camilla? Delving into the layers of their complex relationship may shed light on this lingering tension. Princess Anne, the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has cultivated a reputation for unwavering dedication within the British royal family. Renowned for her resilience, practicality, and steadfast commitment to royal duties, Anne has built an identity firmly rooted in tradition. From a young age, she embraced her role with discipline and a work ethic reminiscent of her mother's devotion to public service. Over the years, Anne has consistently undertaken the highest number of engagements among her royal peers, earning the title of the hardest-working royal. Despite her public duties, she has managed to maintain a firm boundary between her official responsibilities and personal life, making her one of the most private members of the family. Unlike other royals who have adapted to modern trends, Anne remains firmly anchored in traditional values. She shuns media attention, avoids public displays of her personal life, and rarely grants interviews, opting for a low-profile existence that prioritizes responsibility over fame. Her commitment to duty reflects an ethos instilled by Queen Elizabeth, who regarded royal service as a lifelong obligation. This approach sets Anne apart from younger, more media-friendly royals and reinforces her image as a pillar of traditional royal values. Anne's loyalty to family, duty, and the monarchy shapes her strong opinions about those who marry into the royal family. She holds a rigid view of what it means to be royal, prioritizing honor, discipline, and respect for tradition. This perspective influences her relationships with newcomers, particularly those whose controversial pasts may threaten the royal family's reputation. Anne's wariness was heightened with Camilla Parker Bowles's entrance into the family. For Anne, Camilla's involvement with Charles during his marriage to Diana was a profound breach of royal duty and family loyalty. Anne viewed it as an unforgivable affront to the sanctity of marriage and the monarchy's stability. Camilla's history, in Anne's eyes, undermines the dignity of the crown, which Anne has spent her life defending. Anne's disapproval of Camilla transcends personal dislike; it reflects her belief that loyalty to the monarchy must always come first. Camilla's past represents a threat to the values Anne has tirelessly upheld, intensifying the tension between the two women. Camilla Parker Bowles's journey into the royal family has been fraught with complexities, largely shaped by her early connection to Charles. Their story began in the early 1970s when their mutual affection and strong bond became evident. Despite their romantic relationship, societal expectations and royal family pressures led them to part ways. In 1973, Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles, seemingly ending her chapter with Charles. However, even after Charles married Diana in 1981, Camilla remained a significant presence in his life. As Charles grappled with the challenges of his marriage, he turned to Camilla for emotional support, reigniting their relationship despite the considerable public and private consequences. By the 1980s, rumors of their affair began to circulate, and by the early 1990s, their relationship became public knowledge in a scandal that shocked the nation. The revelations cast a long shadow over the monarchy, adding to the tension surrounding Camilla's eventual integration into the royal family. For Anne, this history may symbolize a disruption of the values and legacy the family has worked hard to preserve, reinforcing the deep divide between her and Camilla. The affair involving Charles and Camilla painted her as the other woman, the source of turmoil within Charles and Diana's marriage, and the focal point of intense media scrutiny. Camilla was vilified by the press, labeled as the woman who had betrayed Diana and, by extension, the British people who adored her. This scandal didn't just impact Charles and Diana, it reverberated throughout the entire royal family. Camilla's role in Charles's life became a source of great controversy, and her involvement in the affair forever altered public perception of her. For Anne, this scandal was an unpardonable offense. Camilla's presence represented a disruption of family values and an attack on the institution of marriage, which Anne regarded with deep reverence. In Anne's view, Camilla's actions displayed a disregard for the stability of the royal family and a selfishness that was incompatible with royal values. The fallout from the affair cast a permanent shadow over Camilla's reputation within the family, creating a fracture that could not easily be healed. While Charles and Camilla were eventually able to marry, the memory of this scandal lingered for Anne. For her, Camilla's history remained a reminder of the pain inflicted on Diana and the stain the affair left on the family. To this day, Anne views Camilla as a figure who brought turmoil and scandal to the monarchy, a perception that continues to shape her view of her sister-in-law. Camilla's status as the other woman remains a lingering aspect of her identity within the family, a label Anne cannot, and likely will not, ignore. Anne's loyalty to Diana's legacy is unwavering. Camilla's extramarital affair with Charles was not only a negative reflection on the royal family's image but also a massive injustice to a great woman like Diana. This was another crucial reason for Anne's disapproval of Camilla's entry into the royal family. Diana's humanitarian work, compassion, and ability to connect with the public left an indelible mark on the monarchy, one that Anne deeply respected. For Princess Anne, Diana's place in the royal family holds immense significance, and despite any personal differences between them, Anne respected Diana's work and devotion to her children, Prince William and Prince Harry. Diana's compassionate approach marked a shift within the monarchy, bringing warmth and relatability that Anne recognized as crucial for bridging the gap between the royal family and the public. The People's Princess's untimely passing in 1997 solidified her status as a beloved figure whose influence continues to shape perceptions of the monarchy. However, Camilla's presence within the royal family has complicated this legacy. In Anne's view, Camilla symbolizes the heartache Diana endured, as she was at the center of the scandal that shook Diana's marriage. Anne's loyalty to Diana's memory is evident in her reserved interactions with Camilla, serving as a reminder of the pain caused by Camilla's involvement in Charles's life. Diana's legacy serves as a constant backdrop, a standard that Camilla, in Anne's view, cannot live up to. This lingering connection to Diana's memory means that for Anne, Camilla's role as queen consort starkly contrasts with the qualities Diana once represented. While Camilla's public approval has grown over the years, Anne's quiet dedication to Diana's memory prevents her from fully accepting Camilla's presence. Diana's legacy is more than a historical chapter, it is a lasting influence that shapes the expectations and sentiments of the royal family, keeping Anne's loyalty to her sister-in-law's memory as steadfast as ever. The differences between Anne and Camilla extend beyond historical controversies and familial issues, running deep on a personal level as well. Both women have extremely opposite personalities. Princess Anne embodies royal tradition, often described as a woman of duty. Her character aligns closely with that of her mother, Queen Elizabeth, as she values restraint, protocol, and an unwavering sense of duty. Known for her workhorse mentality and no-nonsense attitude, Anne takes on more engagements each year than almost any other royal. She dresses simply, refrains from indulgence in luxury, and rarely gives interviews. Anne's entire life has been shaped by the principles of tradition and a rigid mode of conduct. In contrast, Camilla has introduced a modern, approachable, and even humorous style into the royal fold. Since marrying Charles, she has used her platform to raise awareness on subjects close to her heart, from literacy to domestic abuse prevention. However, Camilla's sense of informality and comfort with the press is at odds with Anne's preference for privacy and tradition. Camilla's softer, more approachable demeanor is designed to appeal to the public, but for Anne, it represents a stark departure from the principles she holds dear. The tensions between Anne and Camilla stem from their contrasting views on the monarchy. Anne's perspective is rooted in a reverence for the institution and a cautious approach to transparency, believing that maintaining the monarchy's gravitas is essential to its image. On the other hand, Camilla's more relaxed and modern approach represents a shift in the royal ethos. According to insiders, Anne's resentment toward Camilla runs deep, and she has reportedly expressed her disapproval of her in private conversations. and views Camilla's approach as diluting the prestige and authority the monarchy has painstakingly upheld for generations. This fundamental disagreement about the monarchy's purpose has fueled Anne's frustration and strained their already fragile relationship. Anne's loyalty to family and tradition is unwavering. For her, loyalty extends beyond emotional support. It means upholding the monarchy's centuries-old values, preserving its dignified image, and protecting the legacy of her mother, Queen Elizabeth. Instilled with these principles from a young age, Anne rarely challenges royal norms and has become one of the most respected yet traditional members of the royal family. In contrast, Camilla's place within the family has often clashed with Anne's interpretation of loyalty. To Anne, family values mean commitment, fidelity, and sacrificing personal interests for the crown. Camilla's involvement with Charles during his marriage to Diana symbolized a blatant disregard for these principles, which Anne holds dear. Camilla's history, in Anne's eyes, is an affront to the royal code, and her occasional disapproval at royal gatherings underscores how fundamentally incompatible she considers Camilla with the monarchy. Anne's loyalty extends not just to her family but to the institution itself. She views her role as safeguarding the monarchy's dignity, a responsibility she feels Camilla has undermined through her actions, further deepening her mistrust. The affair between Charles and Camilla caused significant division within the royal family, a rift that remains evident to this day. As the affair became public, it not only shattered Charles's marriage to Diana but also exposed the monarchy to intense public criticism. The scandal forced the royal family to confront uncomfortable truths, including a loss of unity. For Anne, the affair presented a personal conflict. While loyal to her brother, she could not ignore the betrayal his actions represented, both to Diana and the family as a whole. The fallout troubled Anne deeply, particularly after Diana's heartbreaking interviews revealed the suffering she endured during her marriage. The affair fractured the image of a united, respectable family, leaving Anne feeling betrayed and concerned about the monarchy's cohesion. Despite Charles and Camilla's eventual marriage in 2005, Anne's resentment lingered. To her, the affair had caused irreparable damage to the family's unity, and Camilla's role in the scandal remained a painful reminder of what had been lost. Anne continues to view Camilla's influence on Charles with skepticism, believing that their relationship conflicts with the dignified, duty-bound image the royal family is meant to represent. Camilla's rise from a controversial figure to queen consort marks a monumental shift in royal traditions. When Charles and Camilla married, the decision for her to adopt the title of Duchess of Cornwall was deliberate, intended to minimize any perceived affront to Diana's legacy. Over the years, Camilla maintained a low profile, focusing on charitable work and reshaping her public image. However, as she grew more prominent in royal duties and moved closer to becoming queen consort, resistance arose from traditionalists like Anne. For Anne, the title of queen consort embodies unblemished moral standing and public approval, values she feels were exemplified by her mother, Queen Elizabeth. Camilla's past, particularly her involvement in Charles's marriage to Diana, remains a stain on her suitability for the role in Anne's eyes. While others may view Camilla's public service as redeeming, Anne perceives her rise as a departure from the monarchy's strict standards of integrity. To Anne, royal titles are rooted in duty, loyalty, and commitment to family principles, and she believes Camilla's past actions compromise these ideals. This divergence in perspective was evident during Charles and Camilla's coronation, where Anne's reserved demeanor starkly contrasted with the support she had always shown for her mother's values. Camilla's influence, though more widely accepted by the public, represents a challenge to Anne's idea of what a queen consort should embody. For Anne, Camilla's ascent is not merely a title change, it's a sign that the monarchy has veered from its original principles, a shift that leaves Anne unsettled about the family's direction under Charles and Camilla's reign. Within the privacy of palace walls, the tension between Anne and Camilla has been both subtle and enduring. The contrast between Anne's unyielding commitment to tradition and Camilla's more modern approach has given rise to a complicated relationship that has only grown more apparent over the years. Known for her frankness and occasional bluntness, Anne does not hide her true feelings when it comes to those she perceives as threats to the family's dignity. Her interactions with Camilla are civil but undeniably distant, often marked by a formality that suggests underlying tensions. Reports from palace insiders reveal that Anne's interactions with Camilla often lack the warmth typically expected among family members. It is said that Anne is polite in public settings, but her body language and occasional curt responses reflect an inherent reluctance to engage fully with Camilla. Whispers of confrontations between the two have surfaced, with Camilla reportedly attempting to bridge the divide only to be met with Anne's reserved responses that leave no room for closeness. This simmering tension shapes not only their relationship but the larger dynamic within the family. Anne's loyalty to family traditions and values remains an unspoken critique of Camilla's past, creating a silent, enduring division within the royal family. The differing styles of both women reflect two contrasting views of royalty, one rooted in duty, tradition, and discretion, and the other leaning toward a more accessible, modernized monarchy. For Camilla, gaining acceptance from Anne has been challenging, as Anne's resistance serves as a reminder of the traditional expectations that Camilla's past actions have defied. Behind the carefully managed public image, this tension continues to influence the family's internal dynamics, creating an unbridgeable gap between two of the most prominent women in the monarchy. The coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla in 2023 marked a significant milestone, symbolizing the monarchy's adaptation to changing times. However, the ceremony also highlighted visible tension, particularly in the demeanor of Princess Anne. As the king and queen consort were crowned, Anne's reserved expressions and measured behavior suggested a discomfort she was careful to mask, but that didn't go unnoticed by keen observers. For Anne, this coronation was bittersweet, a reminder of the monarchy's evolution and a personal struggle to accept Camilla's role, which she still finds difficult. The event underscored Anne's struggle with seeing Camilla as queen consort, a title Anne felt was unbefitting due to Camilla's past involvement with her brother during his marriage to Diana. Although Anne fulfilled her duties flawlessly, her interactions with Camilla during the ceremony were marked by a polite distance, her body language conveying the complexity of her feelings. Where others might have seen the coronation as a moment of unity, Anne's demeanor reflected her lingering reservations. Anne's discomfort during the coronation was particularly striking, considering her unshakable support for her mother, Queen Elizabeth, during her reign. While she respects the monarchy's continuity and views Camilla's ascension as a departure from the values Queen Elizabeth embodied. This dissonance between duty and personal conviction was evident in Anne's reserved expressions throughout the event, underscoring her inner conflict over Camilla's new title. For Anne, Camilla's position as queen consort represents a complex and perhaps unwelcome shift in the monarchy. Her discomfort during the coronation is a subtle reminder that, although the monarchy evolves, certain tensions endure within the family. Even as Camilla stood alongside Charles as queen, Anne's quiet resistance served as an enduring testament to her loyalty to tradition, leaving questions about how she will continue to navigate her relationship with Camilla in the years to come. Princess Anne's subtle disapproval of Camilla has not only shaped family dynamics but has also influenced how the public perceives Queen Camilla. As one of the most respected members of the royal family, Anne's views carry significant weight among royal loyalists and enthusiasts. Anne's reluctance to fully embrace Camilla has reinforced skepticism among members of the public who continue to question Camilla's place in the monarchy. Anne's position within the royal family is deeply rooted in tradition, making her a respected figure among those who value the monarchy's historical values. For those loyal to Diana's memory, Anne's stance provides a sense of validation. In their eyes, Anne represents the integrity and honor they believe should define the royal family, and her subtle resistance toward Camilla strengthens the divide between modern and traditional royal fans. Although Anne has never publicly voiced her opinions on Camilla, her reserved demeanor and apparent lack of warmth toward the queen consort send a clear message. By maintaining her distance, Anne has become a silent symbol for those who view Camilla's role with suspicion. This divide within the public mirrors the subtle yet profound tensions within the family, highlighting the ongoing struggle to reconcile the past with the present. The tension between Princess Anne and Queen Camilla represents one of the most enduring and complex relationships within the British royal family. Their feud is rooted in contrasting values, historical betrayals, and deep-seated loyalty, making it a conflict that has persisted despite efforts to move forward. Anne's commitment to tradition, her loyalty to family, and her respect for Diana's legacy have created a chasm between her and Camilla that seems unlikely to close. While the public often sees the royal family as a united front, the dynamic between Anne and Camilla reveals the complexities and divisions that exist behind palace walls. Their clash is more than a personal disagreement, it represents a fundamental difference in what each woman believes the monarchy should embody. For Anne, the monarchy is an institution that requires unwavering loyalty and adherence to tradition, values she feels Camilla's history has compromised. As Charles's reign continues, the tension between Anne and Camilla remains a subtle but significant undercurrent within the royal family. Their feud has become emblematic of the monarchy's ongoing struggle to balance modernity with tradition, a struggle that will likely shape the family's future for years to come. For Anne, Camilla will always be a symbol of a betrayal she believes disrupted the royal family's unity, while for Camilla, Anne's resistance serves as a reminder of the challenges she continues to face within her own family.